Hey there. I'm a little unwashed, a little filthy, more filthy than usual, we'll say. Had The girls were out of town this weekend, and Oliver. Um, they were out this weekend. They had to make a run to Florida for some friends. Kind of needed them on hand, and they made the run. Um, it's just a side. I told T, I said, "Look, that's what Valentine's Day is." They took off on Thursday, Friday. And so they weren't here for Valentine's Day. But you know what? A card, some flowers, a couple of chocolates. None of that means anything. What's important is she went and spread the love. She went to go be with a friend who needed her at the moment. And to me, that's my Valentine. That's the woman I married. Anyway, um, as I don't know if you can see, but my bookcases are all but empty. There's not much left. We've packed. GJ and I spent the weekend loading up the pod, the first pod of two, I'm sure. It's amazing how much we've designated what we can live without. Um, there's boxes that we loaded up because it's a small house. We're kind of cramped in. We have two households in one home. There's no room. So there were boxes that were piled up that we're pulling out that have been unopened since we got here. Does that mean we don't need the stuff that's in it? I can't say that for sure because the truth is, we packed up, we moved in, and we haven't had the room to kind of spread out. So we are looking at getting two houses. We're gonna sell this one. We're gonna get two up in New Hampshire. One for them, one for us, and we could continue to live, with each other in the same home. That would work, but it's going to be so much healthier, as you all know. It's going to be so much healthier to have a separate home where Becca and GJ run their home with their children, and then old grandma and grandpa over here are just doing what they got to do quietly, separately, without my manic and depressive attitude, in impeding everybody. And I've gotten better. I don't know who's watching this. I don't make these, public, or they're public, but I don't know who's watching it. But some of you have seen my reprehensible behavior, my absolute regretful passive aggressiveness. Sometimes not so passive, just straight up aggressive. I'm an asshole. Live with me, I'm more of an asshole. And but a lot of that was pre-med. It's always the joke I make about before I got on my medications. It was before I was medicated. I was wildly flip-flopping back and forth. It's not an excuse, but it's the truth. I was unmanageable, and I was unkind, and that hurts. Um, I like the idea of living a life without regrets, but no, I have a couple, and I've hurt people, and it sucks. So I make up for it now, but I can never make it better. I can just hope that, in time people realize. But I've rambled here. I had an idea. These things are never scripted. They're just a quick, I have an idea, I come online. I didn't touch the thing I wanted to hit online with, but that's all right. I think I covered something pretty good. So yeah, we're looking at moving out, getting two places. That'll be much nicer. But I'm sad. All my stuff is packed up. Yeah, I'm looking at the last couple of boxes. Those are the last of the books, except for what's on the shelf now. And we have one pod nearly completely full, and that is all the stuff that we say, oh, that can wait till later. So we're doing really well. We've got too much shit. We have too much shit. I would say I have too many books, but there's no such thing. Books make me feel good. I've read most of them. I reference them sometimes, and I feel good about them. Having them here, I I don't know. I don't know what it is. Dead trees, they make me happy. So, all right, guys. This was kind of off point. I don't know what the hell I was talking about today, but that's it. Thanks.